Guys, welcome back to my channel, Posh Cat Eyes Unfiltered. Let me see if I can get enough lighting to do this because it is really late and I don't have enough time to cover the recap from last night's episode. So episode 17, y'all, it was the commitment ceremony that we all wanted to watch. It was reckoning for the cheaters by the experts, essentially, and I wanted to hear what the expert had to say about the fallout following the Cheatgate saga that they were. Before we get into it though, guys, gentle reminders, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and thank you to my newest Posh fams, my new subbies. Thank you so much for coming on board and supporting my channel and helping it grow. We are growing and the numbers are actually very encouraging, so I do appreciate the show of support. Thank you so much. And to my existing Posh fams, guys, man, we are ride or die here. Thank you for staying on the course. I again appreciate you. And so without any much further ado, let's just dig into the episode that was last night. So, episode 17, guys, the commitment ceremony. Now, it seems as if the earthquake that was Cheatgate, okay, sort of left some aftershock, guys, because not only was Claire, Jesse, Adam, and Janelle affected, it ricocheted to some of the other couples who sort of felt that their lives revolved around these two couples that had the issues. And I'm a little bit confused because I do not know how a bunch of strangers would impact in my own situation. But then again, I am a little bit different, so I can't really say or judge them for their decision or how it's affecting and impacting their relationship with this person. But I would also say it's a game show, so these guys could well and truly be acting for cameras just to get more camera time. It is what it is. Drama just gives us the rating, and drama gets producers to come on or come into your room and film. And so if you don't have drama, your days will be numbered on the show. Anyway, we kick right off. The couples are still reeling from the dinner party that was the night prior and all the lies that went down and how they felt about Adam not coming clean or not taking accountability for his actions. They commended Claire, and we see them also taking sides. And this was how we went into the commitment ceremony. And we're not surprised that they were all ushered in by the expert, welcomed. And it didn't take quite long before we got straight to the business of the day. And first up to the hot seat was Adam and Janelle. Now, it was awkward as between these two. Janelle refused to actually sit close to her partner, because usually that's the case. When you come in to the commitment ceremony, you are sitting close to your significant other and you're called together. She sat close to Harrison, and then I got like, where is Bronte? Bronte is in here today. We'll get to that quite shortly. And so they both went on to the hot seat, and it was so awkward. They didn't even want to give each other a stare. Janelle was pretty much done. The body language was really hatred filled. And Alexandro, the sexologist, was like, okay, I'm gonna go first. What exactly has happened? Well, rather, we saw from the dinner party that something has gone on, and maybe you can share and throw more light to exactly how you guys are feeling. To which the floor was given to Adam. If I'm not mistaken, he again deflected, didn't want to take responsibility, blamed everything else but his choices and his action. I don't know who this guy is. I really don't know. I'm surprised that he couldn't take responsibility. And so the expert actually called him, pulled him on his behavior, called him out for an unacceptable, irresponsible action that he portrayed. And they reminded him that he made the choice to go out that night to drink. He also made the choice to go separate himself from the group with Claire, and made the significant choice to share an intimate moment with Claire. And not only did he do that, he chose to lie to his partner and not be forthcoming with the truth. And he is still choosing to blame someone else but himself for his action and wrongdoing. It went on, and pretty much when Janelle had the floor, excuse me guys, she reminded again the experts as to the lead up to the night in question, how she kissed him and, ushered him out according to her, nothing was going on. They were fine in the relationship. And when he came back, they were intimate. And so nothing would have triggered a response that would have made her felt something was off. To that effect, you know, they just wanted to get on with the decision because we knew it wasn't going to go anywhere. They were both done with each other. And true to form, they both wrote leave. And guess what? Adam walked up and walked off. Usually you go back to your seat and watch the other proceedings. Adam was not having any of it. He stood up, walked off. I'm like, how rude. I could see the anger and hurt in Janelle. For me, I think Janelle is angry about the lost opportunity because she's a brand influencer, guys, and longevity on this show for her would have actually be money making, you know, deal investments and endorsements becoming left at the center, but she didn't get the stake she needed to get. So she really looked angry for that reason, and that's the only reason alone. Next up, Alicia and Duncan. Now, I was shocked because Alicia came on the couch and she was literally crying. Why are you crying? Duncan is supporting Adam. I can't believe it. He's a cheater. Why are you friends with him? We are strangers. We didn't know them prior to the show. We came on here. And so when someone exhibits or shows who they are, you take a stand and separate yourself from them. I'm talking like, I have the right to make a decision. I'm not supporting this guy, but you're not going to command me and force me to say I don't want to speak to him anymore. And you were not there to know exactly what was said or what transpired or what I said to him. And I'm not sure. Alison went for the emotional blackmail. She started crying her eyes out. I wouldn't do this. But girl, you cheated with a married man on the outside. Are you this angry because you know exactly what it feels like? Because I don't understand the reaction. It's just a lot. Like I said, the aftershock of Cheatgate is actually ricocheting into these other relationships. She literally cried and cried and cried. I think in the end, the experts were like, well, you also need to compromise. And this is why we are in an experiment. You know, a lot of things will be thrown at you, things that you usually would not get to see. And in the end, it's left for you to find a way to work out how it impacts your relationship with your significant other. And again, these experts are right. Duncan, I fell for him. I do not know how this progresses or what happens next between these two, given that a third party is causing this much rift and chaos or this much argument between them. This is the first time, or rather second time, that they are having to have a tussle or an argument. And this one seemed like it was going on for days. They seem to find a compromise, a place of comfort. They ended up amicably holding each other, even to the point where they kissed. So I guess, I don't know if it's for camera they did this or just to get more camera time to show that they also have Discord and they found a way to walk through it. Again, these guys are actors, so I'm just reporting what I saw on the night. And the decision between these two was a good one. They are going to stay and continue on in their growth and progress in their relationship. So I wrote the order of how they came on the hot seat. So the next couple that were asked on the hot seat was Melinda and Leighton. Now these two, it was a short one. Pretty much they said, we've been 3 days and we've had no argument because we've been busy focusing our attention on Cheatgate. And that is Jessie Claire as well as Adam and Janelle. So they've not had the time to actually deal with their own issues. And so they are happy and they are going well. And, you know, it's all smooth days. And Leighton is like, I'm falling for her. Well, there wasn't really much report here. Decision time came and they both have said, we are staying on the course and going further to see how the relationship progress or how the experiment helps us navigate the dynamic that is our relationship. Next up, Ollie and Tani. Now, these two cute birds, they have just had a record streak of just not letting anything affect them. The tornado that struck did not even impact them one bit. They were involved in some way, but at the same time, they were able to separate the nuances that's going on in the group. They are happy. They seem to be progressing and even talking about life outside of the experiment, which is a good thing because progression from the experiment is actually very important because it signifies that you both are willing to give this relationship a goal, and the experiment is just a bubble that has brought the two of you together, and what happens after the experiment is what counts. And so I'm happy for them because they are happy for each other. The decision again was quite easy, and no doubt here they are both going to stay on and continue on the experiment. Wish these two good luck. I am here for them. Next up, guys, stranger things has happened. Harrison was up next by himself. Now there's something very weird and freaky about this particular rundown, but I'm going to get to the reason why Bronte is in there. He had so much to say about it. When asked why his partner wasn't there, he's like, I am not experienced to comment on women's issue or endometriosis, but that time of the month, and she's just so emotional. She was crying and it impacted me. And he started pretending to cry. He was literally acting like he felt, or I felt he was mocking Bronte's endometriosis. Now, I also do not understand why the expert did not shut him up or shut him down then and there, because endometriosis is not a joke. It's a medical condition that plagues some women, and it is painful for this guy to sit down there and mock the pain his partner was feeling at the time. It's quite despicable. It's quite despicable. In fact, I was like, what am I watching? And that's the part that is weirded me out. Harrison is a very weird guy. I think he's a psychotic human being. You know those men that would want to have a doll for a partner, like they want to have someone to be seen and not heard. Pretty much, I'm just going to sit you down, make you look pretty. Just look pretty for me. I'm going to lock you up and open the door every morning and paint your face to be sure that it's how I want you to look. Feed you 2 spoons of cereal, lock the door, come back, clean you up, make sure you are all right, and tell you I'm going to be back, and speak on your behalf in public. That was how it came across. And I am scared for who this guy is. Someone needs to look into this. This guy is very weird. Anyway, he continued on to present what their decision was for the week. He brought out his card, I am staying, and then acted again. And yes, she's staying. Like, this is the second time he's done like a third person situation for Bronte, and it's very uncomfortable. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. And next up on the hot seat was one of the newest couple, Rupert and Evelyn. Rupert is still trying to find his words, guys. That's as far as I can tell you, because all I could hear was like. I don't know how Evelyn is coping, because I would have run. Like, I would not be there 1 second. I don't know. He mumbles. He's still nervous. Yeah, nervous. Yeah, he's very nervous. But one thing is clear, he's attracted to Evelyn, and he feels Evelyn is making him nervous. There wasn't much to tell. There's still struggle days, early days. They're moving officially together this week that we are about to start. And so we get to find out more from this too. Because again, like I said, Rupert has lost his words. We're still looking for where it is. Maybe we could go to the Lost and Found properties and help him find it. Next up, Dan and Sandy. Like I said, there's a ricochet of Cheatgate, and it hits Dan and Sandy right in the neck. Now, they walked onto the hot seat. Very clearly, you could see something was not right between them. They were literally distant. And what was the issue? And Dan was like, I'm not feeling her anymore. I don't think there's a sexual attraction, because they haven't been intimate. I don't think that was meant to be an issue. But who knows? I don't know. I really don't know. He doesn't have an attraction towards Sandy. And Sandy is like, he goes off for 6 hours and comes back and expects her to be happy. And, he's not putting in the effort. He's not putting in the work. She's been trying to touch him, hold him, and he's not responding. And Dan is like, yeah, I'm not responding. So it's fair to say these two and they're not going anywhere fast. I don't see them hanging on after next week if they survive this week. That's as far as, because it doesn't look good. The expert did encourage them to try and give each other, you know, the benefit of the doubt. I don't know how that's gonna work. Dan looks like he's tired. Dan looks like he wants to go home. Dan looks like he is done. He's had enough. The decision, however, surprised me, because given the fact that they're in a bad place, how are they able to write stay? They both wrote stay. But I guess Sandy was very busy with Cheatgate, because she was she was front and center with regards to the conversations that was pocket of conversation that was happening around the whole cheating scandal. Even though the spoiler alert from the Wash Online that she kept a journal on the event leading up to the kiss that eventually broke Adam and Janelle. And so I'm like, well, you were so busy focusing on other people's relationship and you neglected your relationship or your situationship. But however, we've got this week to watch and see how this whole thing unfolds. But it's going to be an interesting one because they look very uncomfortable together. Next up was Taylor and Hugo. Now, these two, I really don't know what they're doing here. Again, it looks very well orchestrated by producers because they both seem like amateur actors. Taylor is not really keen on him. Hugo seems to be trying. I don't know if he's trying. And the issue again of the separate beds or whatever came up. And then Taylor was like, well, this is not the type of man that I ordered. And she wanted a tradie, she wanted a sports guy, and she got a 9-to-5 IT corporate guy. This is not her type. To which the expert said, well, this is not a male ordered service. You don't order men and we'll get it how you want it. Those men that you usually go for, which are your type, has not worked for you, and that's why you came to us. And we are helping you see a change in pattern of behavior. Maybe that would help you figure things out for yourself. It went back and forth, guys. I'm already tired of this too, but I guess we'll get to see them one more week. Who knows how this is going to go. In the meantime, they are both staying on in the experiment to give it one more shot. How this is going to help them. You and me both, guys. Yes, Cameron and Lindor. Now, we didn't see them all last week, and so there's probably a reason and explanation for that. Again, Lindor has been busy minding other people's business, and I guess that has also impacted on their relationship as well, because apparently a FaceTime call with Lindor's mom, I think there was an issue going on with them, and Lindor's mom called and tried to coax Cameron to give Lindor a hug, to which Cameron was like, no, I'm not going to be forced to give a hug. This led to Lindor crying and Cameron saying, I can't deal with this, you know, and they are in a different space. Body language spoke volumes last night. I don't know. Cameron seems to think this is his first relationship, so he's still learning and we should give him a break. So here is us giving you a break, Cameron. I don't know how you are going to fix this. I'm confused. I really don't know what's happening between these two, but it doesn't look good because this is the second week in a running where they seem to be at loggerheads. We'll get to find out this week how they progress because they both wrote stay. They are staying on in the experiment to continue in their whatever quest for love or happily ever never. And the final couple of tonight, no surprise, was Jesse and Claire. And the issue that is the kiss, you know, was front and center in their conversation. This time, they really wanted Jesse to express how he was feeling. Dude was so emotional. According to him, he has got nothing left in the tank to give. He is exhausted. He feels worthless. He feels unlovable. He feels he's done. And I felt for the poor guy. Claire just kept apologizing for her behavior, and she did take accountability, so that meant we couldn't get anything out of her. The other couples, however, were still trying to get stuff out of her, get her to, you know, tell us exactly what she was thinking when she did what she did. And Sandy, being the cheat police, you know, didn't want any more questions or any more attacks geared at Claire or towards Claire. And yeah, we don't know exactly what she was thinking or why she did what she did. But we are also finding out through the Walsh Online that there was more incidents. There was more incidents with Adam. So the kiss wasn't the only thing. There were texts back and forth between these two. So I really don't know. Jesse feels he was let down. He has forgiven Claire, but he doesn't want to be on the show. And when his decision came, he wanted to leave. He wrote leave. And Claire surprisingly wrote stay. What was your reason for writing stay, Claire? So I wrote him a letter, and so yeah, and I felt like if he read the letter, he would give us one more chance, one more week. Girl, you've had a lot of weeks now. Your 2 seconds of fame is well and truly over. Time to go home. Go home, contact your publicist to get you gigs. Maybe a few condom gigs, a few lingerie gigs, that will help, because we already know your selling point or the business that you are into. I don't know why are you still here. She wrote stay, making this guy stay on for another week. He's already miserable. He's already tired. He doesn't want to be here anymore, and he's being made to stay. I don't know why she wrote stay, but again, the decision was that they will both stay one more week and give this another go. And that was how it ended, guys. So this week is meeting the families and friends. So there's going to be another dynamic that's going to be coming at play. Would that make or mar their relationship? Who knows? We'll just have to find out. Until then, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and stay focused. Thank you.